Hello and welcome to the Legends in Detail podcast, episode 6. This is normally where we'd have like an intro song, like da 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 da.
Yeah, if we can figure out the technical details of getting
you, Eric, have engineering degrees, and we can't figure this out. This is wild,
dude. I mean, they didn't teach us how to do this shit.
No, they really did. I look back on and I'm like, dude, none of that was
helpful whatsoever
at all.
I know some of the equations that might apply, but I don't know anything about the actual.
Yeah, I don't know shit. So I'm your co-host, Corey Hathaway. We got our other co-host, as always, Sammy Hoffman.
Dude, don't call me Sammy.
Dude, Sammy.
Yeah, it started now.
Yeah.
Sammy now.
And we got our fill-in again, 3 straight weeks fill-in, Brandon
Hello.
Bates.
How we
What's
doing?
going on?
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the one. I think I'm gonna keep changing. I don't think that's my.
You're gonna go Brandy Muffin? Should we?
Now, see, that was just petty. That was just petty. Sir. Brady Muffin in the house. And who are we talking about today, Corey?
We talking about Drew Brees today, right? We're switching it up. Normally we do basketball, and your boy carries the team when it comes to the basketball. But today,
I mean, you're probably gonna have to carry the team.
Yeah, we're probably gonna have to. I'm probably still gonna have to do some heavy lifting.
Yeah,
we're doing Drew Brees. Decided to switch it up. Why not? I figured like every 5 episodes we could probably do something, switch it up, keep it fresh.
Yeah,
something like that.
No, I agree.
But yeah, we decided on Drew Brees. He just retired, so I think it makes a lot of sense. We could also do Phillip Rivers, but no rings. So you know what I'm saying? I mean,
dude, Phillip Rivers would have been boring.
I don't know, man. He's got a lot of kids.
We'll talk about Phillip Rivers.
Yeah, we're talking about his kids longer.
Dude, he would drive like 3 hours every day to practice and back. Like he had a custom made. I watched like a thing when he retired, but it was so sick. His van, and he would have like a professional driver drive him because he was in I don't know where he was at, but then the stadium moved. It was like 3-hour drive there and 3-hour drive back. That's crazy, dude.
Yeah. So many wastes. That's 6 hours a day.
6 hours a day wasted.
That's insane.
Well, it's hard to move that many kids. I feel like once you got a place like.
Yeah, that's true. All of them's in school and stuff. You got to uproot all of them.
They're not all in the same school, so you got to take them out of like at least 4 schools, like at least 3.
Is he a Hall of Famer? You think?
I think maybe not first ballot, but yeah,
I think he's
a Hall of Famer. Numbers again because he's so unremarkable and in certain areas he was good. Obviously, he's really good.
Yeah, and if he gets in, it's because of his longevity, I guess.
Right. But
I think his problem is look at the quarterbacks that were in his era, and I mean it's just the competition level.
Right.
I mean, because he's really good, but everyone, who's not better than him. When it comes to like the top quarterbacks, every single one of them is just kind of better than him. So it just kind of sucks for him that he was born in an era where there's all these great quarterbacks.
I mean, I'm sure,
but
a lot of those.
2001 draft, he was the 4th overall.
He was.
Drew Brees.
Eli Manning was number 1, right?
He was.
Yeah.
Number 1.
I did a little bit of something.
Dude, and we'll get to that. But yeah. Drew Brees. Yeah, dude, shut up.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Go ahead, Sam. Go ahead.
I made a guide and you're not sticking to it.
You're right. Go ahead.
Drew Brees, 32nd overall. First pick in the 2nd round. I mean, obviously, you look at Eli Manning's career. You look at Phillip Rivers' career, then you look at Drew Brees' career. It's like not even comparable. I mean, they're all 3 great. They're all 3 probably Hall of Famers, but Drew Brees is.
Drew Brees had the best. Yeah, he had the best. But Eli got 2 rings off of Tom Brady, though.
He did, but I don't know. I mean, can we really say they just had crazy runs? But those teams were not. I think there were 9-7, one of them, and then the other one was 10-6. 11-5.
Eli stayed too long. He got too old and just couldn't give it up because I mean those last couple years.
You have Odell Beckham.
Well, as we've seen with the Browns, Odell Beckham, maybe a little bit overhyped. Just I know he's dealt with the injury, but
I mean Baker. I'm not going to say he's anywhere near a bad quarterback. He can be a very good quarterback. But, again, I mean, is he really going to a better spot? You know what I mean? We would have liked to see a guy like that play for
Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Oh, God.
Dude.
Yeah. Absolutely. I was gonna say like Tom Brady or something.
Yeah, Tom Brady too.
Yeah, no, Aaron Rodgers for sure. Especially like earlier on, Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
Was Drew Brees undervalued because of his height? Back then, pocket passers were still dominant. And Drew Brees is what, 5'10", 5'11"?
Yeah, probably.
To me, when I look at it, he broke records at Purdue. I mean, the dude, like, there was nothing in his college stats that would have said he's any worse than Eli Manning or Philip Rivers, other than his size.
How tall is Eli and like the rest of the quarterbacks that went?
Eli's got to be at least 6'4".
Really?
I would have said 6'3".
Yeah,
no, he's taller than 6'2".
I mean, it wouldn't shock me.
Because Peyton Manning's up there too, right? Like, and I know Andrew. Who's the quarterback? Andrew Luck. Andrew Luck was like 6. Yeah, that's true. Andrew Luck was like 6'5", dude. Andrew Luck was like 6'5". Like these guys,
really?
they're like massive.
Yeah.
But the guys in his draft, because like that's definitely a huge factor. Because I knew he went to Purdue. I didn't really look into the stats. Like I don't know what he did. But you're saying that they were like comparable to what the rest of the quarterbacks did. It's got to be height and being scared.
He came in 2001, right?
Yeah, 2001.
He came in the same draft class as Michael Vick, right?
That's right.
Yeah, Michael Vick was short.
Vick was second overall.
Yeah, but see, like
Vick
that's
was
the thing.
A different animal.
Yeah. So I think with Drew Brees, because he was short and slow, like that, they're like, okay, Mike Vick is one of the greatest athletes we've ever seen.
We had never really seen, because all the short quarterbacks. I mean, you're like Doug Flutie, who was actually on the Chargers when Drew Brees.
He took his spot for a little bit.
He was mobile.
Yeah.
And then like Steve Young, I guess he was kind of short, wasn't he? I don't know, maybe not.
Idea.
I have no idea.
But I don't know. I feel like all the successful short quarterbacks were mobile. They just didn't think that they could be successful. Drew Brees had to stand on his tiptoes in the pocket.
Right. I mean, there's definitely a reason to be wary of that. Like second round. Like I'm not saying it's still a risk, but like
yeah,
it's a lot different. They wouldn't have taken in the first round. Like I'm sure teams thought about it. But just like that risk that you're taking.
I wonder if Drew Brees, and this is a scary thought, would he have been significantly better if he was 6'4" or something like that?
Probably.
Like,
the way he passes, I don't know. It's kind of formulated his whole game around,
Yeah, but he has to stand on his tiptoes. I'm not sure though that
feet better being.
Like how many guys did he miss down the field because he just couldn't see over the offensive line?
Well, those last couple of years, could he even get it down the field?
No, he definitely couldn't.
Yeah, those last couple of years, he weren't even looking downfield.
Yeah. If he was 6'4", he'd probably be hitting those slants, maybe a little
better. I think he would take more speed over height. Like I think he'd be like, I'd much rather be mobile.
Can you imagine him getting creamed though?
Yeah, that's true.
Russell's taking some hits, but Russell's good at
getting out of. Yeah,
he's got a baseball background. He can slide.
Russell Wilson is so underrated, dude. Right. He's underrated. Like Russell Wilson, dude, he is that team's offense. Like it's I feel so bad for him, and like people like upset that he's like bitching and stuff. But like honestly, he's like, dude, I'm getting like. Pat Mahomes has to do it for one game, and everyone loses their minds. Like, I've been doing it for seasons.
No, he really has. Yeah. And they decided to just let him loose last year. It's like, let's see what our offense looks like without a running game, and just let Russell Westbrook
I get it confused. I almost said it too.
Russell Wilson throw like 40 times a game.
Dude, I don't understand how. Like, if you're drafting quarterbacks, like, he might not be your number 1 or number 2 pick, but he's in the top 5. He has to be in the top 5. No, I'm saying, like, right now, guys who are playing, like, Russell Wilson has to be.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I would think so.
But he's in the top 3, in my opinion. You got Mahomes, Watson, and Wilson, in my opinion.
What happened with the trade rumors with him wanting to I haven't heard anything.
I think he's I guess he's staying.
And that's, I don't know what they would have done to dissuade him from leaving. He for sure needs help.
You think Rodgers is leaving?
I
think so, but I thought so.
He definitely wants to.
But like
he's kind of a diva, man. He kind of craves that. Like you could tell he does a little bit.
He
goes on Pat McAfee's show all the time, and he likes to just stir up
stuff. I don't know that it's like maybe it is attention seeking. But yeah, he's definitely kind of a weirdo.
Good quarterback though.
was very good.
Some might argue the best. He's pretty good.
Dude, I mean, I would say he's the most talented quarterback of all time.
I would say that as well.
Yeah.
I think if you put him in a box, he's got everything. And he's an underrated athlete too. Like I watched a documentary on him.
Yeah.
Dude, he's an unbelievable athlete.
If he decided he wanted to run for 50 yards a game, he could easily do it.
Yeah. I think that's kind of, unfortunately, I think white quarterbacks kind of have that stereotype that they're not really great athletes.
They call them sneaky athletic.
Yeah, sneaky. Yeah. Or like if you ever hear like an announcer talk about a black guy, he'll be like, he's a class act. They always do that.
But, what is that supposed to mean, Tom? You trying to say? We're supposed to assume otherwise?
Yeah. So I think unfortunately Aaron Rodgers, they don't talk about his athleticism, but dude, he's a crazy athlete. It's pretty impressive to see what he's been able to do. I hope he ends up in a winning situation. I'd like to see him get one more, just for legacy's sake. Oh, you don't like Aaron Rodgers?
Fantasy-wise, I hate him. And what you said specifically about being mobile, he literally screwed me out of a fantasy win because his knee was down at the 1 yard line because he was pulling some bullshit. And I won the fantasy game, and they reviewed it, and they took it away. I would have won by 2 or 3 points, and I hate him for that. And then when I didn't draft him, he scores 45 points a game. I don't want to play fantasy football anymore ever again because of people like him.
So we misspoke earlier. Vic was the first overall pick. 2004 draft was Phillip Rivers and Eli Manning.
Okay.
Eli was first overall. Phillip Rivers was fourth overall in 2004.
And Eli didn't want to go to the Chargers, but they still drafted him anyway.
They still drafted him, and we'll get to that.
Oh, am I skipping?
Okay, 2001 draft, and then LT was picked fifth over. LaDainian Tomlinson was picked fifth overall. So Brees and LT come into the league at the same time. That's supposed to be the savior for the Chargers offense. But Drew kind of sucked in his first 3 years. So he was behind Doug Flutie on the depth chart in his rookie year. Played in one game. Played terrible in 2000. No, not terrible. But 2003 was the year that they sucked. I think they had the first overall pick the next year. Drew, as the starter, went 2-9. They benched him. I think they must have. Yeah, they brought in Flutie.
And Flutie was terrible.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he probably had much to work with.
No.
But okay, so then 2004 draft. So they have the first overall pick. They pick Eli Manning. And then they make a trade with the Giants. So that trade, Chargers traded the rights to Eli Manning.
But they got Phillip.
They got Phillip and 2 firsts and like a third rounder and some offensive lineman or something. Rivers held out of training camp that year. So he comes in like third on the depth chart behind Flutie and Brees. And then Brees just starts tearing it up like the next 2 seasons for the Chargers. So 2005 they go 9-7. So completely turn it around. 3,500 yards, 24 touchdowns, 15 interceptions. And then last game of the season in 2005, he tore his labrum.
Yeah. Yeah, I read something about that, when he decided he was going to leave the Chargers, which I guess I'm getting a little bit ahead. Sorry, Sam.
Dude, it's not okay.
No. But when he was leaving the Chargers, he was going to go to Miami because I believe at the time, who's the coach for Alabama? Nick Saban? He was there in Miami, and they wanted him. But the Miami doctors, looked at his shoulder and were like, I don't think it's going to heal properly. And so they decided not to go with him. In the documentary, though, it made it sound like Drew Brees was like, oh, I'm offended that they said that. So nah. Miami was like, nah, dude, we don't want that torn shoulder.
We don't want a small guy with a torn shoulder.
Yeah.
Maybe if you were bigger. Nah, bro.
Okay. But I skipped over the 2004 season.
Okay, go ahead.
So they went 12-4 or 11-5, I'm not sure that year. But Brees won Comeback Player of the Year and Most Improved Player. They lost in the first round of the wild cards to the Jets in the wild card game, but like completely turn it around after being the worst team in the league in 2003. 2004, they go to the playoffs. Drew Brees basically just like flipped a switch as soon as they drafted Phillip Rivers. But anyway, after the 2005 season, they decided they wanted to roll with Rivers for, I mean, I guess they were just concerned about his shoulder. But yeah, then he went to the Saints. Well, and as Panthers fans, we know that the rest is history.
Yeah, but real quick though, because like LT, I was trying to see what he was doing there in those years. Because like you said, they were terrible. Were they throwing the ball a ton, or were they not relying on? Because having LT, that's a huge thing. I mean, you shouldn't probably be passing 40 times a game. You know, and so I was looking at his stats, and his rookie year he has 1,200 yards. 1,600 yards, 16, 13, 14, 18, 14.
They probably gave him the ball 25 times a game.
Right. He had 10 touchdowns his rookie year, 14 and 13. Then he stepped it up to 17. I just don't know what's going on. How are they so terrible? Is their defense just terrible? I don't know. Like, what were the stats?
I don't know how they were as bad as they were from 01 to 03, like Brees' first 3 years.
Right. So they got the number 1 pick. What year?
2004.
2004.
Yeah.
Okay. So the 2003 season. I lost where that's sorry. I'm over here looking at the stats. So he rushed 313 times for 1,645 yards, 13 touchdowns.
Damn. It's a pretty good season.
And I just thought maybe he didn't start out of the gates being so good, and that's kind of why. But like,
no,
he was LT this whole
LT didn't have a super long career, did he? Like
no, 2001 to 2011.
I mean,
2011.
That's pretty long.
He played 14 games. He played. The least amount of games he played was 14 in his whole season. It's always 14, 15, or 16. A lot of them were 16.
I mean, I guess that's not
10 years.
No,
I mean, he was on.
I guess maybe not star running backs
for the last two.
So he
wasn't like Frank Gore's been doing it for a minute.
It's
Frank
insane.
Gore is insane. Crazy because he's almost head down back.
Dude, LaShawn McCoy's still in the league.
I don't know.
Dude, Frank Gore.
LaShawn McCoy was on the Bucs championship team. Yeah, he didn't get much play.
Wasn't on that Bucs championship.
I swear, everybody's making their way to Tampa, dude.
I don't even want to get into it.
Yeah.
And get him angry. Yeah, so Frank Gore's got the best. First of all, I'm looking up just his age, so we get that right. He's 38 years old.
He'll make
born in 1983.
Oh, yeah.
He's got the best mean mug in this first picture that I've ever seen. That is a terrifying dude. He's gonna run through your face. Like that's an excellent mean mug.
He looks heavy for a running back.
Well, his face. I mean, he plays like he's heavier too, and that's why it's crazy his career went that long. How big was LT? I mean, I remember very little. I feel like about
LT. I feel like he wasn't huge. I would say he was like 5'11". I mean, he was kind of a hybrid back. Like he had size and strength.
5'10", 215.
Dude, 5'10", 215.
Sam, I know you were over at my house. We watched the UFC fight.
Mm-hmm.
It's pretty good, weren't it?
It was.
It's pretty solid, dude.
Dude, why did you just?
Well, I figured we could talk about it a little bit. You know,
he's been very.
No, yeah, dude,
and well deserved. That was hilarious. What happened? Not hilarious in a bad.
No, you know what? I'll say it. I'm glad that dude broke his ankle.
I mean, I was all for it. I just wanted it to be a good fight, and then because he was.
I mean, all the shit he was talking like that. I mean, like Poirier said, that is karma,
dude.
That is straight karma.
His quote, I forget it exactly, so I'm not gonna try to say it. But
he said, "Karma ain't a bitch; it's a mirror."
He rehearsed that one.
Rehearsed that.
No, he was in the mirror like, dude, I'm about to hit him with this line. It's about to be sick.
I think that's what McGregor. I don't know. McGregor was hoping they'd both get on the mic and get more personal into it.
Dude, I can't understand a word Conor says these days, man. He's talking with so much slang.
Yeah. Just listen to the last few words.
Bro, it's crazy how much shit like Conor can say and get away with. Like he literally called Dustin Poirier's wife a hoe in the ring. And like, oh my god, this is so disrespectful.
She's flipping him off. That was so funny. Like,
dude, but she did message him though. Like, what's going on with that? That's pretty wild, dude. My girl was messaging people up with. Yeah, that's true. That's true. It's got to be mental warfare. Bro. Dustin Poirier's wife is a dime.
Oh, she is.
Peace.
Yeah.
She's a she is unbelievably hot. Like it's just kind of crazy to me.
Where's Conor's wife? They should have fought. If she's got to be a little bit like Conor. They just have
Connor's wife don't want that
work.
work.
I forgot.
Connor's wife don't want that work, son.
Dustin
Poirier's wife put it on her, son.
I think you're right, but like, when's the last time you've seen? I don't know her name.
What, Poirier's wife?
McGregor's.
McGregor. I don't know.
I thought it was just McGregor's wife.
Yeah, right.
Damn.
I'm kidding. I'm sure she. Wow. Dude, what about when Jake Paul said Conor's wife was a 4? Oh my God, dude.
Anything Jake said, man. You can't take anything.
I'm gonna take it. I will not talk about Jake Paul on this podcast.
I will quit. I don't have a vote.
I will quit right now.
Yeah.
Dude, you guys really don't want to see him fight Tyron Woodley? Come on, man. Y'all have seen Tyron Woodley fight.
Fight in air quotes.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Woodley.
There ain't no way. Tyron Woodley's got way too much pride. And it's a race thing, too, bro. Tyron Woodley, he's already lost to Colby Covington. He can't lose to another white guy. He just can't. He can't go home if he does. Where's he going to live? He can't, bro. You can't go to the barbecue and you lost to 2 white guys.
Well, Covington's a bad one because Covington wore that MAGA hat. Like, I mean, he knew what he
yeah, but that's a character. Anyone that knows Colby knows he's a really nice. He's just doing that because bro,
really nice
no, they were about to legitimately cut him from the UFC because he's not selling pay-per-views. And he was like, I gotta do something. And so now
let me just be that white
guy. You're right. Like that was
now.
I mean, nobody else had taken that role.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. But nah, man, I wanted Usman to kill him, like just beat him up.
Well, they're fighting again.
That makes me. I'll
watch because that was a good fight. The first one, like it was really close going into it, and then Usman just put it on him in the last round. So
he's exciting to watch. I really like watching.
And I like watching both of them fight because they're both.
No, because Colby's a great fighter.
Yeah, like, he's unbelievable.
I can't stand the guy. No, he's a fantastic.
Yeah.
Fighter.
I don't like all the antics and stuff. I honestly don't even like the trash talking and stuff. Like I don't know.
No one does it as good as Conor. So
no one does it, but like this time it felt forced from Conor, and I think that was like,
he was so over the top.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make him pay with his fucking life, and then to come out and break your own ankle.
Yeah.
If I would have paid for that, I would be at his door. Like I'd lose the fight, but he's got a bum ankle. You know, maybe we could get him, but nah, like that just made me mad because it's just a money grab now for me.
We can't.
It's just a money grab.
We can't get him.
What?
Conor. Like
if
we try to get him, dude, he would kick us with that broken leg.
You would. No, I absolutely don't want to smoke Conor. If you're listening to this, sir, I respect you. I'm so sorry.
Dude, it's so funny to me how like you can be so good at one thing and so terrible. Like Conor at one time was one of the best UFC fighters he went on a stretch that no one went on.
And then hot streak was a hot streak.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. And then they show him like throwing a football, and he could not look more like a girl when he threw that football.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah,
and he made a basket once. I'm not watching, but it was still uglier than anything Michael Kidd Gilchrist.
It's like
he looks so fluid when he's out there. I mean, he's such a natural. He's got great footwork. Like,
dude, and it's like with John Jones. Like John Jones is probably pound for pound the greatest UFC fighter I've ever seen, and like they showed him trying to dunk, and he's like 6'5", and he can't dunk, and it's like,
but isn't it? His brother's like in the NFL.
He's got 2 brothers in the NFL, and he wrestles them, and he puts it on them.
And John Jones can't dunk.
Nope, he's just not the same.
No sense.
Now he probably can because he's been juicing up now.
Yeah.
And they showed him running like 20-some miles an hour at 250 pounds. Like I do,
run that fast. There's just something like with your knees. Like
I honestly think it's because like if you look at John Jones, his torso's short, but his legs are so long. Like I think he's just going to be able to run fast because he's covering just crazy ground. Because he's I think that's pretty crazy though. If like your 2 brothers are like NFL, not just like bench riders, they're Pro Bowlers in the NFL. And then you're John Jones and you're like skinnier and you don't like football. And then you end up becoming the greatest UFC. Dude, that genetic pool is dude. His dad's got 3 elite level athletes. God darn.
Yeah.
Anyways, back to Drew Brees.
Where were we?
I don't know, dude.
Okay, so he goes to the Saints. And the Saints were the Inks before Drew Brees. That's what they called them. The Inks.
Okay.
Not particularly clever, but it works.
No, it was a terrible. I mean,
if I would have been there back then, I would have tried to come up with something better. But can we come up with a better name for them? Like, I mean, I feel like I talked all that shit, but I don't have a better one.
Yeah, exactly. No, I mean, they're the Aints.
Did Drew Brees have a nickname?
There's no way.
He wouldn't have allowed it.
I feel like he could have been good as like the captain. You know? Yeah, something.
I'm sure he has nicknames that didn't stick.
Yeah.
But,
They try it out and look at him, and he's just like,
dog, he's pretty good at trick shots, though.
trick shots.
He went on Dude Perfect.
Really?
Dog, lighten it up. He still had it.
Dude, I don't understand. I feel like those aren't real. I
Some of them.
don't see how they are. It doesn't make sense.
Well, they take a lot of takes.
You probably just you probably see them filming like all day, and like they get one out of pure. I mean, they're athletic. You know, they can do some stuff.
Yeah, that one dude, Tyler, I think his name. That dude's like a legitimate athlete.
Right. It's like the Harlem Globetrotters. Like, you don't want to play on an NBA team, but like, damn, they got the skills.
Wilt Chamberlain had his number retired by the Harlem Globetrotters.
Really?
Yeah, after he lost in the college championship, he was like, "Fuck y'all," and he went and played for the Harlem Globetrotters for like a year.
I'm gonna beat the shit out of the Generals. Say how they like it. The Generals are like,
that was like in the 50s.
How much do you think the people in the Generals got paid?
I bet they're teachers.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, that's probably
so like you're like trying. I just like to get sauced on that hard every night by guys that can. I mean, just ridiculous athleticism, and then just go back to another job. Like, I would hope they'd throw them like at least like NFL practice squad guys money, you know. But I don't think that would be the case.
Yeah, I don't know.
But the Saints, I'm sorry.
Yeah, come on.
No, yeah, dude, guys, come on.
We're just being dicks since you're running the show today.
Yeah.
Like, I apologize.
Nah, dude, Sam, go ahead, run it.
That sounds, dude. You know what?
Here's
the guy.
Dude, I don't even
All
know.
right, 2006.
All right.
So Brees' first year. I mean, first year. So I don't think he had thrown. I think the highest he had thrown for before that was 3576 yards in a season. First year with the Saints, throws for 4,418.
Is that good?
Yes.
Okay. What would be like? What would be like? This is average. Like, this is, you need to be above this.
Average?
Yeah.
I would say that, like, back then 3,000 was average.
3,000. All right.
Yeah, I might be wrong though. It might be slightly higher. If you're gonna steal the guide from me, then
I was trying to keep that under the radar, but thanks. I was gonna see, what year did he go to the Saints again?
2006.
2006 was his first year with the Saints.
Yeah.
All right.
But yeah, so 4,418 yards, 26 touchdowns, 11 interceptions. He led the league in passing yards that year.
Okay.
Walter Payton Man of the Year, that year. Dislocated his elbow in the Pro Bowl, but. Yeah, so
in the Pro Bowl.
When's the last time? They don't try.
They do not try at all. No, I thought the NBA All-Star game was bad.
They didn't even have a Pro Bowl. I guess they didn't even because of COVID.
Nah, but like even before that, it's like I'm watching for dodgeball.
Yeah,
I'm watching for like I want to see JJ Watt huck a ball as fucking hard as he can and try to hit somebody.
Yeah,
I don't care about watching the Pro Bowl game. Who cares?
Yeah, no.
The best players that are on the best teams that are in the Super Bowl are not there. So you have some guy that's like, I'm glad you made it. Yay for you. It sucks for them and everybody else, I feel like.
Yeah. No, I agree. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like they could do some more creative stuff with it.
Well, they should bring back, like, I was watching, like, back in the day, they used to do, like, these throwing competitions and stuff.
They still do that.
Oh, they still do it?
Yeah, but I mean with the actual game. Like, let's not make it... Because, I mean, the only reason players aren't trying is because it's full contact.
Yeah.
So, like,
do flag.
Yeah. I mean, something like
have
that.
It at least competitive.
Yeah, that would be fun to watch for sure.
Yeah, or like,
do
7-on-7 flag.
Do flag and invite Braun. Braun's got to be the greatest flag football. Dude, you tell me you wouldn't watch that?
Ridiculous.
Dude, I would watch. Could you imagine? You got Braun and KD lined up, and it's just like, yeah, I'll just toss it up. Like, no one's gonna stop it.
Yeah. No.
They said like LeBron would be the greatest flag football player of all time if he wanted to.
LeBron would be probably the greatest anything at whatever he.
Yeah. What year did he?
Like any explosive sport.
They said like handball. Like, dude, if he wanted to.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah, they always talk about him being a tight end in the NFL. Like he
I don't
totally.
know, man. He's a little tall.
Tall.
Yeah, like, don't you think?
Isn't that an advantage?
I guess, but like, could you imagine if someone like goes for his legs? It's not going to be great.
Never got injured in the NBA.
That's true, and he has been. Well, now it's too late, but during his prime, I think he could have. You know, he actually got a contract from the Dallas Cowboys.
What?
Yeah, apparently Jerry Jones gave him a contract, but he turned it down.
When?
I don't know. Like
a
back
while
when he was in
ago, or
Cleveland. I think the first time
the
he was in
first time.
Cleveland. Yeah. Because I remember he had that commercial where he's like, decided to take my talents to the Cleveland Browns.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And he was like doing the dunk on the thing and stuff.
There were headlines I remember during the NBA lockout that he was actually considering going. I mean, I'm sure it was fake. But
Oh, it's fake. He probably did an interview and he was like, yeah, you know, I've been working on my football.
He was out there on the field and stuff doing drills, like for the cameras.
Yeah.
For sure. But like, he looked like he fit.
No, in high school, he was like one of the best football players.
Yeah,
so.
I mean, you can't tell me that he couldn't block.
Oh, dude, he could figure it out.
He couldn't catch as good as any tight end in the league, with the exception of maybe 2 or 3.
Dude, Bron's
top.
If there's one thing Bron's gonna do, he's gonna catch.
Yeah,
Bron's
his hands are like Kawhi Leonard. You put Kawhi Leonard out there, like he's gonna be doing insane shit. He'll look boring as shit doing it. But
yeah,
haul him in.
And then he'll like nick his big toe, and then he'll be out for 6 weeks. Yeah,
16-game season.
Yeah, you can't load manage in the NFL.
You should.
You should. Well, now it's 17 weeks, right?
Yeah, they're going to 17 weeks.
Yeah. Did they add an extra bye week, or is it just 17
No,
weeks?
just 17. They took out a preseason game. So
okay, well, I mean, that's
which
not bad.
nobody cared about the 4th preseason game.
Yeah. I mean, if you're going to take one, but like still, like they're like, we want a shorter season. We're dying. And they're like, how about the one that you don't even play? We'll take that one away.
But I do think that if they added a second bye week, that would reduce injuries.
Oh, significantly. I mean, give them an extra day to sit on some ice at least. I mean, a day out of 17, 18 weeks.
Dude, on TikTok, when you, like, there's this whole, like, TikTok of NFL wives, and they'll show, like, here's my husband on game day, and it's, like, catching a touchdown shit, and then here's my husband Monday morning, and he's, like, limping to the bathroom. Like, it's wild, man.
Yeah, I mean, I can't imagine.
Every week they have to do that.
Yeah.
And they have to get up for practice. I mean,
I don't know what.
They get one day off.
Maybe do some run throughs, but like practice. And I understand. I mean, it's hard to say don't fucking practice, but
there's no telling how many times they've had their bell rung and they just don't mention it because they can't miss the next game.
Right. I mean, out of a 16 now 17 season,
even it happened to Tom Brady, dude. Like his wife came out and was like, "Yeah, I mean, he has concussions all the time. It just doesn't tell anyone about."
What's the culture around football? It makes it so bad. Like, you're just supposed to. Same thing with hockey. In hockey, they play through injuries like ridiculous injuries, like torn. I mean, like worse than football. But football, like you're consistently getting hit.
I mean, just the phrase "getting your bell rung" like that means minor concussion.
Yeah,
that is what that is.
Bouncing.
Yeah,
it's not ding.
And they like
you are dizzy because of a brain injury.
No.
And they shoot them up with that stuff, like and apparently, if you keep getting shot up with that, you become immune to it. And so, like, you have to take time off of it, and it's like a whole. It's just kind of insane what some of these players. I couldn't imagine. It's such a tough sport. Like, I think a lot of times when people go like, "Oh, rugby's tougher," I'm like, I don't know if that is true. Like, rugby's probably pretty tough, but those are high-level athletes moving at the speed of light.
Yeah, that's the difference is like the velocity that they're hitting each other with.
All I'm saying is you don't see too many LaDainian Tomlinson or whatever his name is in rugby.
No, you know, usually some dudes with thick old thighs that'll like run through a brick wall, but
they usually don't have a full head of steam.
Right,
and plus with the pads
directly through your chest. Like in football, they're trying to go through your chest. They're
think
trying
about,
to throw you to the ground.
I feel like because you know you don't have pads.
Like, dude,
it's terrifying.
Punt returns, kickoff returns.
No.
I mean,
I feel like because you know you don't have pads, you're not going to hit someone as hard as you
would. They just seem like
pads.
they have a little bit more respect for the human body.
Plus, I honestly think the athlete in the NFL is just better, and I think whenever you have someone moving faster and stronger, the damage is just going to be worse. Yeah, I think football is probably the worst when boxing's probably, and then I don't know though, but when the UFC stuff starts coming out with CTE and stuff, it's not going to be good.
No, it's going to be
it's going to be horrific.
It's going to be the same deal.
Yeah, it is. But like with boxing, boxing's really bad because boxing they get down, they get back up, and then they get down, and it's mostly head hits.
Right. Yeah.
Dude, they're suffering multiple concussions back to back to back.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Yeah.
And in the UFC.
And I mean, and boxing's the one sport where you can actually see guys who have fought like 50 fights and you see the way they talk.
Oh yeah, it's very noticeable.
The eyes start to get a little
like Muhammad Ali. Like you see him and you're like, oh yeah. Like he's taking some damage. Like,
yeah.
It's sad. It's sad. It really is just sad seeing.
Yeah, we're sitting here paying for the fight. Like we're cheering, we're booing, and like
I paid for the fight because I want Dustin Poirier to get paid. You know, like I'm like, dude,
that's very true.
Like you,
I mean, yeah, you
like
support the
yeah, like my eyes, I look at it like I'm a fan of Dustin Poirier. I've always been a fan of Dustin Poirier. So it's like, bro, you don't get these many opportunities to make a couple mil on a fight. So I'm like, bro, I want you to get your money because you never know. Your foot could be Conor. Now Conor's obviously got more money than God, so he's fine. But he would be out for a year at least. That injury, there's no way you're not going to be out for a significant.
Well, the way he does it, like he kind of just disappears after a fight for a while. When was his last fight before Poirier?
It was a while. It was against Cowboy.
Yeah, and it's just like he tells Dana, when he's ready and who he wants to come back and fight.
Pretty much, yeah.
And Dana's like, okay, he's ready.
They need to give him a tune-up fight.
I think that's a good idea because you don't want to like waste a guy.
Let him fight. Let him fight Cowboy again. Let him retire Cowboy.
But he was not ready.
Is Cowboy not already retired?
I mean, he's pretty much done. He's gonna have one more fight.
And they're just waiting on who?
They're just waiting on
whoever's gonna get Pat to lay down.
Yeah.
Who wants to see that man lose his last fight?
Nobody.
None of us.
He's definitely a fan.
I'll cheer as the guy takes a dive. Like, yeah, whatever. But I mean, I don't want to see him in another big fight. Like,
no.
I've
seen him get demolished. Like
it
two
sucks
straight
though.
times.
Yeah, it sucks. He's never became UFC champ.
Didn't you say Miocic retired?
No, he's still fighting.
Oh,
he's moving up. Well, he's gonna weigh at 250 because he thinks he was too skinny for the Francis fight.
Huh. You think he's gonna get another shot at Francis?
I think eventually. Yeah, I think he kind of deserves it, dude. He's great. He's the most accomplished heavyweight ever. You got to run that back.
How many rounds did that fight go? Two. Yeah.
And honestly, barely two.
Oh, yeah.
I remember being very disappointed. Y'all were really hyping that up. And that's why
because I figured Stipe could wrestle him, but Francis just got a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
So Francis, and honestly, Stipe's past his prime. He's getting old, and you want to talk about someone who has taken some hits. Like Stipe's been in wars. And so, I think he's showing a little bit that he's been hit a lot. Because, I mean, that Francis fight looked like we were just waiting for Francis to KO him at any point. That's what happened. So, but young Stipe would have walked right through, It's just, it's sad to see your favorite athletes get old. Like, I don't even watch football that much. Yeah, I didn't even watch football that much, but I literally saw just Drew Brees he just couldn't throw. Like, I
mean, we saw it with Peyton Manning.
Mm-hmm.
Two of the top three quarterbacks of all time. And just to look at them at the end of their career.
I thought we were going to see it with Tom Brady too, and it did look like there for a little bit. But then you realize, he actually didn't have anyone to throw to at all once Gronk retired.
I don't know how he can still throw with as much zip as he does.
Dude, it's got to be the 47 supplements he takes a day. All those supplements, you tell me not one of them's illegal? Come on, son.
The NFL would look the other way. Like, is that Tom's piss test? Just throw it away.
Exactly.
He told us. He promised.
No, I disagree. I think if the NFL got a bad piss test from Tom Brady, it would totally be out there.
He takes.
I think Tom Brady is like one of the worst things that's happened to the NFL. Just in terms of entertainment value.
Oh yeah, he's bad on the
just
mic.
No parody, right? Like, and he's those Patriots team. I mean, really more Belichick.
Right, that was a combination of no fun.
It was like guys. God, like who?
Except for Gronk.
Who enjoyed those Patriots teams winning all those Super Bowls? That if you weren't a Patriots fan,
I mean, even as a Patriots fan, you're just watching all of us like have so much fun in other teams and lose.
I think when he won the fifth one, people were like, okay. Like this is When he came back from Atlanta, like down 28-3 or whatever, I
especially
think that was when everyone was like, okay, Tom.
Yeah, but I don't know though, and maybe it's just me, but I feel like everyone was rooting for Atlanta in that game, and they're just like, "Oh my God, Tom Brady's really gonna come back." And
that's the beauty of not being a football fan is I ain't care at all. But then once the Patriots started coming back, and I saw like the panic on who's the quarterback, Matt Ryan's face, and I was just like, "Oh, dude, Tom's gonna do it," and he did.
You know what his nickname is?
Matty Ice, right? He turned into Matty Belt that night.
I hate Matt Ryan. Yeah, he's trash.
Matt Ryan's always been overrated.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think he's a great regular season quarterback.
Yeah,
that's exactly what he is.
Like especially after Cam.
Yeah,
like, you douche. Like I hate you.
They had a record-breaking offense. They had to get somebody.
Man, that really bummed me out. It just really sucks because I'm like, fuck Matt Ryan, he sucks. People were like, oh. Has an MVP, like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's definitely, I mean, he's like Eli, I guess, without the rings. I don't know. I mean,
he would have won those Super Bowls with Eli's team.
He would have.
And like Eli wouldn't have necessarily won with Atlanta's team, I don't think. I mean, if you put Eli.
I don't know, man. Eli's pretty clutch.
Yeah, he's clutch. Yeah, I mean, I guess it's just the biggest.
I don't even know if he's really clutch. I just think he just does not give a fuck, and like that just happened to work. Like,
yeah,
I don't know, dude.
I can see him just being like, whatever.
Yeah, like he's got that kind of really personality. Yeah,
off, though. It's pretty funny. Like his face is like he looks sad more than pissed. Like, he just like. Man, he looks like Eric Foreman to me. Like every time from the other show, he just looks like Eric Foreman. Like when Red just like demoralized him. You know, like that's exactly what he looked like. But it's just funny because he had so many good years, and like I just think of the hilarity.
Yeah.
Dude, did you watch that Bo Burnham special I told you to watch?
Dude,
I meant to. I swear to God.
Oh, y'all should check it out for real. It's actually. You know, like I thought I was gonna hate it. I really did. And the first 10 minutes are rough. Unless you like hearing about how bad white people are and stuff, like you might like it. But I was just like, all right, dude, I like you. I don't want to turn it off. And then I fought through. And dude, it surprised me how. Like, it's very smart. You could tell he put a lot of time and effort. I thought he was going to half-ass something, just to get something out during the pandemic. But no,
Netflix will pay you. Right?
Yeah, dude, Netflix will pay you. And with Bo Burnham, he's had a good reputation as being a comedian.
Right. He would have got like the Dave Chappelle kind of bag. Maybe not the Dave Chappelle bag. But
no,
he would have gotten like his name value.
And it is very clever, I will say, for what he like. It's very smart. What
he's very
did.
hot or cold for me. I either laugh really, really hard.
That's the thing. To me, it's not even to call it comedy is just. It's almost comedy calling it comedy because it's not. There are some funny parts, but it's more like it makes you think. And so like I watched it and I wasn't laughing, but I was just like glued to the TV like. Oh, okay, I see what he's doing there. And there are some parts where it's like, okay, I see it. That's kind of funny. But there's no audience. So it's like makes it a little and he's in the whole thing, he's in his room. He's in like a 1-bedroom apartment.
Very awkward. This is very awkward. Like this is just that it gives me an awkward vibe.
And he does like the light where the light is like a circle light and he stands up and he's like pretending to do stuff and he's like hilarious while he's doing it, but there's no crowd. And then like he starts doing songs and stuff and he's got this light show and stuff. It's pretty dope. Like I thought I was gonna hate it and I didn't. I actually found it to be very well done. So good for him. Now, I guess we can get back to Drew Brees.
Dude, he's just such a flavorless guy. Like,
he is.
He is a great quarterback, and I'm glad we're doing an episode on him. I'm not gonna lie.
Is he top 5 all time?
Oh yeah, he's dude.
I'm skipping. I skip pretty hard.
I have a controversial opinion. I think he's number 2.
Number 2 all time
over Peyton Manning.
Over Peyton.
Yes.
Because he beat him in that Super Bowl.
No, that's not.
That's
no, not because he beat him in 1 Super Bowl. Peyton has 2.
Yeah, but still, when they went head to head, Drew Brees outplayed him.
It's one game.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, no, I mean, he got the Super Bowl over. But, dude, I don't know. I mean, he's ahead of Peyton in all the all-time lists, basically.
Better than
How many
Aaron.
more years he played?
He's better than Aaron Rodgers.
How many more years? I don't think he played. When did Peyton come into the league? Before Drew.
Yeah, but
Peyton
I guess
probably
he played longer with the Broncos than I thought. I guess, but
look, I think it's neck and neck. Don't get me wrong.
I'm getting personal. I just don't want to hear it. I'm sorry.
I don't know.
So,
I mean,
but why? Why do you have him over Peyton?
well,
I'll give you the stat with he broke all those records, shattered those records. I mean, he did.
I think he did more with less.
For sure. I mean, he didn't have Marvin Harrison. He never.
Yeah, I mean, Peyton had some crazy talented, like between what he had in Denver and what he had
Denver
with the Colts, with Reggie Wayne and Marvin Harrison,
right?
And Dallas Clark.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was trying to think of who that tight end was.
Yeah.
Who was his tight end on? I feel like he had like a good tight end or two in Denver.
Yeah, he did. Jordan Thomas or something.
Thomas.
Yeah, that's right.
Joel Thomas or something. It was something Thomas.
Demetrius Thomas was the receiver at the same time, and there was like
Demarius Thomas. Oh, and he had that other receiver too. What was his name?
I'm so bad at names.
Demarius Thomas, and there was another receiver he had who was a beast.
I mean, Demarius was the best one.
Emmanuel Sanders. He had Emmanuel Sanders.
But not at first though.
No, but he did get him in Denver.
He did have him in
I thought
Denver, but not.
Was that year he put up like
not the year
about his fantasy team that year because he had Peyton in that, and it was ridiculous.
He was amazing that year. I remember that year. We were in college, and everyone was going crazy.
Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure Sam's roommate. I don't know if he's roommate at the time. Anthony probably didn't talk to Sam for a few weeks at least.
Okay, so
he wasn't even in the league.
So you have number one overall. You have Tom, right? Tom Brady.
Tom
number one.
Brees,
7 rings. I mean, you know.
Tom Brees, Peyton.
Then,
or Tom Brees, Peyton.
And then who?
I don't know.
That's crazy, man. You got them over Aaron Rodgers?
Yeah.
Wow.
I would too.
Yeah. I mean, I guess Aaron Rodgers is fourth.
Then what? Joe Montana? Maybe he had 4 rings. This guy count for something.
Yeah.
I mean, Dan Marino. You can also. I don't know.
Dan Marino was a beast.
Yeah.
He really was. He just didn't get the ring. That's the only thing, dude. If he'd have got the ring, he'd be.
Dan Marino was the first quarterback to throw for 5,000 yards in the season.
Dude, his stats. And you know it's crazy. You know the '85 Bears, they lost that one game against the Dolphins, and that was the matchup everyone wanted. Dolphins.
Yeah.
And he did. He unfortunately got beat. Yeah, against the Bears defense because he beat them.
Was Ron Rivera? Was that?
Yeah, he was on the '85 Bears. They said it's like the greatest team ever.
Yeah.
One of them.
I love that for Ron. Shout out to you, man.
Yeah, man, Ron Rivera, you don't realize how big he is. Until, he's massive.
We're just sitting there folding his arms, looking frowny.
Dude, you don't want to get him upset, son. Don't let him loose.
All
right.
I'm sorry. I can talk about Ron all day. You go ahead.
No. Go ahead. What,
Let's hear it, dude.
What's up with Ron?
No, I mean, now I feel like I'm the only one hyping on Ron. I'm not doing that to myself.
I mean, Riverboat Ron, he was,
he really wasn't much of a gambler, though, if we're being honest. Like, he just got that nickname because he was about to get fired, and so he just started going for it.
Right.
And then he stopped as soon as he had job security. But
you gotta do what you gotta do.
He's a good coach, though,
Anyway, so Katrina,
that
was 2005, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
So Brees, like the first year Brees was the Saints quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
That was after Katrina.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, okay, 10-6, but they had the number 2 seed in the playoffs that year.
Wait, I thought he joined the Saints in 2006, right?
Yeah.
The
following year.
Yeah.
Right. I mean, I think. I don't, maybe, I don't know, maybe it was during the season or something. I mean, I remember they couldn't play in their stadium for a year or something.
Yeah, they played at LSU or something, right?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Damn, that's wild.
Yeah.
But they lost in the conference championship that year. But, I mean, that's just crazy. Like, the Saints were just a terrible franchise. And then you trade for this quarterback, and he takes you to the conference championship.
With a bad shoulder.
Yeah, with the quote-unquote bad shoulder.
Yeah.
Who knows? I mean, obviously it recovered.
Yeah, it made it.
The year after that, they went 7-9, so kind of disappointing. But again, threw for 4,400 yards, 28 touchdowns, 18 picks. Then the next year, almost beats Dan Marino's record, who he threw for 5,084 yards in the season. Drew, second quarterback ever to throw for 5,000 yards, 5,069. 34 touchdowns, 17 picks.
Is Jameis Winston the third quarterback to throw for 5,000?
No.
It's Drew
Brees.
Yeah. It's
probably Drew Brees the next season. Let's see. Nah. But the year after that,
he threw for 5,000.
He threw for.
Okay. Dang, man. You throwing for 5,000 yards. That's a lot.
Yeah, it's a lot. But, dude, if Dak Prescott didn't get hurt last year, he was on pace for, I think he was on pace for like 6,600 yards. It was like 5 games.
Yeah, and they were on pace for 8 and 8.
He really could have gotten they were.
Bro, I feel so bad for him, man.
The football.
Yeah.
The coach doesn't know what he's doing. I mean, Dak's out there like, I'm fucking trying.
Yeah. I feel so bad for him because like he was putting up those and because it's the Dallas Cowboys, they always get media coverage, and it's they just got to turn it negative, and there's so much pressure on them, and especially that year when they were like 6-6 and they need to make a run to make the playoffs, and Dak, you could tell Dak was like, enough talking. Like, hey, if you're not fired up and it's 6-6, I mean, what else? Right. And then they go out there and lay eggs. It's like, of course.
Yeah. So following the 2008 season, 2009, that's the year.
That was like one of the greatest years by a quarterback.
I mean, statistically, like, it was great. He threw for 34 touchdowns, which is crazy. But I mean, he 4,388 yards. So, I mean, he went backwards a little bit. But
yeah,
I mean, I'm trying to remember, like, who are their running backs on that team?
Reggie Bush was on that team.
Was he?
He got a ring.
Yeah, you're right. Was he the starter? I guess he was the starter.
I guess so.
Like
Reggie Bush was before his time. I feel like they'd utilize him better now.
Yeah. But yeah, that Super Bowl, I mean, we already talked about it. Like, Peyton versus Brees. Also, I mean, you got to figure, like, if any city needed a Super Bowl. Exactly. And that was the narrative. And that's why people, I think, were mostly pulling for
I remember at my high school.
Even though everyone loves Peyton.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
everyone was pulling for the Saints.
I was still going.
Well, we're Panthers fans. It's, dude, what year was Bounty Gate?
The hell is that?
Like, when the Saints coaches had a bounty for if you injured, they had, like, a list. I mean, I think if you basically injured anybody, you get paid.
Pierre Thomas was that.
They had a list. So it was like, I know Cam Newton was on the list.
Yeah.
And, probably like Tom Brady and Brett Favre, I think. But they had like huge payouts if you could injure these quarterbacks.
Really?
Yeah, the defensive coordinator, I forget his name. But then Sean Payton got suspended for
Sean
the
Payton
full season.
Himself for life. Fuck you, Sean Payton.
I always wondered why in the NBA they don't if like the Suns, the only chance they have at losing is for Giannis to go crazy. And I always wondered, like, why don't they just sub in number 15 on the bench and just say 6 fouls, foul him as hard as you can. And then, like, why don't they do that?
What are you talking about?
Like in the NBA, like you mentioned they got a bounty on like NFL players. Like, why don't they do it in the NBA? Like,
Giannis beat the brakes.
Yeah, but
about anybody.
But then if that happens, that's what you want because then he's kicked out.
Right, but you're not going to foul him 6 times hard again. No one is.
No, you might not, but for that one game, that could completely change.
Yeah, then you're a coward for life.
Yeah,
in the finals. Like,
but I'll be a champion.
I mean, people have done worse. I feel like
people have done worse.
Bill and Beer, yeah. Like, he wanted to make your wife a widow.
Yeah, like Ndamukong Suh was stomping on Aaron Rodgers' legs.
Very bad.
Yeah, he's got a ring.
Faces. He was stepping on face masks.
Hey, stepping on faces to a ring,
dude. I guess.
Yeah, he's a piece of trash.
He's a bad guy.
He would never get one if he
weren't on Tom Brady's team.
Right? Yeah, like he knows that. I hope he.
Dude, I'm happy for Matt Stafford though. Like, I want to see Matt Stafford going.
I'm really curious. I've always thought Matt Stafford is
After learning about all the injuries that he's played through and like how tough
he threw a touchdown with a broken shoulder.
Dude, that man,
he's had a broken
a game-winning touchdown.
Yeah, no, that was ridiculous. I watched that 100 times. I was a Georgia Bulldog fan for a long time, so I was like super hype on Steph.
And he was just like, I mean, he did an interview. He was like, I owe it to these fans. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's just a good guy. It's like, dude, I'm going out there. Yeah, and just to see his prime be wasted in Detroit. Yeah. So
you lose Megatron at what age? Like 26.
Yeah, and
28,
something. And now Megatron, he's got like he's been talking about like the Detroit like medical staff and how bad they were and how he was having problems and they were burying it and they told him like do not tell anyone and you know.
Because anybody's ass I'm gonna kiss if I'm a Detroit executive. It's going to be Megatron. Like, you keep that man happy. You keep that man healthy. You know, what's wrong with you? Like,
I mean, he didn't even play that long, and he's like one of the best receivers.
Exactly. I mean, like, literally, you just can't plan for him. You can plan all day for him, but, like, he's still going to catch it.
He's just too
Madden, I forget what year that was. You could literally select all your players to go down the field and be like, just guard him, and they throw it up online and catch it every time.
Yeah, the Detroit Lions, they have a bad record. I mean, even with Barry Sanders retired at 29. So it's like they have a bad record with keeping their star players.
Yeah. Dude, I mean, it's not fun to play in Detroit.
It's really not, dude. The weather sucks too.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I mean, everything. I mean, I can't think of a good thing.
And their jerseys suck.
Yeah, they do.
Dude, the Detroit Lions have the worst jerseys.
No, that's not true. They get their jerseys. It's like a classic.
I like Green Bay's. I like Green Bay's, dude. With the
yellow, a little bit.
But they at least have cool colors. Detroit has boring colors.
I mean, the silver and blue, like the all silver when they had like that like chrome silver helmet. Like Megatron just looked dope with that.
I mean, Megatron, but
no, that blue is cool. I like the Panther blue a lot better, and the Panthers work better because we have the black with the silver. And I don't love silver, but no, I think it looks like a classic, like old school NFL. They're not going to change this stuff.
I don't know. I think there's too many boring NFL jerseys. I think there's too many teams who are trying to like hold on to the tradition.
But what do you think of the Rams' new jerseys?
I ain't even seen them.
Like
they're new this year or this coming year?
That last year, I think they went to like that.
Because
that's not class. That's like
the sweat gray.
Oh, it looks awful. It looked like sweat stained yellow.
I actually liked it.
I always liked
I hate everything about it.
Seattle's lime green or like that neon gray. I those were hard.
That's what I'm talking about though. Yeah, the NFL needs more modern.
Absolutely. I mean, you remember Oregon and NCAA? Like, they set the standard. They used to. I mean, that bright highlighter yellow, the green, the new helmets, the chrome. Like they really swagged out the NCAA. I don't remember before then. Like it was probably just all classic. Like been wearing the same jersey since '82.
Yeah. So 2009.
Okay.
Y'all remember?
I'm with you.
People listen to this are like, oh my god, UFC
is dragging us back. Yeah, dude, their heads are spinning.
Like, bro, I thought this was on Drew Brees.
We're off topic. We're usually focused on the NBA today. We're all over the board. But okay, so the Saints and the Colts were on a collision course that year. The Colts started 14-0. The Saints started 13-0. Like we all know, there's only been one team that's gone completely undefeated. But like that year, Dolphins. That's right. And then
Patriots almost did.
And then Patriots almost did. But like you're thinking like, okay, 13-0, 14-0, like both of these teams might go undefeated. Yeah. I mean, that was a crazy year. And then the Saints beat the Vikings in the conference championship game. That was probably Brett Favre's last real chance.
Yeah, it was.
That's awesome. I love that for Brett.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Brett.
Why don't you let Brett?
What the fuck, man?
Why don't you let Brett?
You just shitting on athletes today? Is that what we're doing?
Dude, be honest though. If there's one game to play at like Lambeau, you probably go.
Aaron.
Okay, if Aaron, let's just say, because like they were comparing Brett Favre versus like Peyton Manning. They were like, I would take Peyton Manning any day of the week, but if they're playing in Lambeau on a chilly night, I would take Brett Favre because
something's gonna happen. He's gonna either throw a pick or a touchdown.
Yeah, dude. He's gonna get you there, and it's either gonna be a pick or a touchdown. So
I just don't like that narrative. Like he played in the snow and like all these crazy. He could do this here.
Yeah.
fuck you.
I think you have like a personal hatred for that.
Is it
the Wrangler commercials, Brandon?
It's absolutely. It's the Wrangler commercials. It's the copper fit commercials. Him throwing the football.
He's like Shaq. He's like the Shaq of the NFL.
Yeah, he really is.
Shaq's funny. Brett's not funny, and
yeah.
I don't know, man. I've just never liked Brett Favre. And when he came back, I was like, oh my god,
dude,
diva! I'm
but
sick of your face.
When his dad passed away, and he had that game right after,
he was on like 30 Percocets.
It don't matter though. Like,
dude,
he might have been the most famous sports person in America at that moment.
Yeah.
Like, because everyone was rooting.
He made that Lambeau green. He made that Green Bay Packer green, like, famous.
And for him to be able to play that long, like, that's pretty impressive.
It was cool. Like, I guess I didn't hate it at the time, but, like, I mean, I hated that he kept coming back and making it all, you know.
Yeah.
Like, it's just, give it up, bro. Your hair's been white for quite some time. He can still throw the ball, but then, I don't know, man. But Sam might be onto something. It might just be the regular commercial.
Real.
Those pants
you do wear
suck.
some Wranglers. Yeah, I bet you do wear some.
You ever put them on? They feel terrible.
Yeah, dude, they look like the thickest cotton.
Mm-hmm.
Right. He wasn't out there throwing touchdowns in that commercial. No. He was wearing Levi's. They put a patch over.
Yeah, exactly.
Lie to us.
He's wearing those copper sleeves. You know that shit don't work. Bro, my grandma's got those copper gloves. Those shits don't work.
Like, he's sitting out there like it really works. Like, no, it does not. You're taking that off and you're going to a $1,000, get an arm massage.
Dude, I used to watch NFL Network all the time, and I swear to God, that copper fit commercial was on.
They were like ramming that down.
Oh my God.
Yeah. My dad actually went out and bought one for his knee when he went to the gym.
I bet your dad also liked Brett Favre.
Oh, he loved Brett Favre. That's probably another reason.
Go.
But like, he loved Peyton Manning, and I don't know. I feel like Peyton Manning is in that same type of personality, but he's funny.
Peyton Manning's hilarious.
Same time, I guess. Like,
he's a good golfer too.
Brett Favre is funny too, I guess.
Maybe that's
I don't know, man.
But Peyton Manning,
you're right. He's not funny. He's not legitimately funny. Like, he has a funny. People think he's funny because he has like that type of personality, and he's outgoing and he's a little off kilter, but.
Yeah, but Peyton was like legitimately making you laugh funny, not just like say something. I don't know, man. Like the SNLs he did.
Yeah,
classic.
Dude, his at the ESPYs.
Yeah.
When he got up there and shit on Kevin Durant in front of everyone, it was beautiful, dude.
No,
it was like the women's gymnastic team is so good. Kevin Durant's trying out for him next. It's so funny.
Kevin Durant out here losing in the Olympics right now.
Dude,
did you see 5-0 block?
Yeah, dude,
it's not good,
we
man.
Lose to Nigeria
and Australia.
I mean, Australia is better than Nigeria,
bruh.
I don't know.
There's no reason why we should be losing to these. Like,
no, Nigeria was the 21st ranked team,
dude.
I mean,
someone said we're out here losing the countries that can't afford water or something like that. I was like, damn. Bro, it's crazy though. Like, how are we? No, dude, that's what they said. I didn't say that. That was on TikTok, and I just said it. Yeah, no, it was on TikTok, but I wouldn't say that because I love everybody.
Also, Australia definitely has water.
No, Australia's got water, but Australia's also got a lot of slow.
Got free healthcare.
Australia's got a lot of slow white guys too. So I mean, it's just ridiculous that we're not. I'm sorry, Aaron Baines.
I would be willing to bet they say the same thing.
Aaron Baines is a number 12 on any NBA team, and yet somehow
we've got a team full of NBA stars, and we're losing to a bunch of NBA stars.
There's no team ball, and also Kevin Love is almost unplayable at this moment. Like, he played like 5 minutes last game, and it was pitiful.
That's a shame. I wanted him to do better.
Dude,
I wanted him to be good.
It's just kind of crazy. I did not expect. We got enough talent on that team just with Kevin Durant and Damian Lillard.
Right. I was about to say, like, when I first saw it, I was like, are we not trying? Are they just, like, still coming off the season?
Nah, they need to get rid of Greg Popovich.
Dude, did you see his interview? His interview was really funny. And, like, I thought the guy wasn't being a dick. Popovich was like, well, no, there was no blowout. It's like, you were blowing these guys out before, and you started coaching. And now you're playing close games. He was like, no, let's not disrespect the teams. We beat Nigeria like 120, 30 to like
I think,
60.
We dropped like the highest amount of points.
Yeah, like, and, I mean, come on now. Like, obviously, it's a little...
I mean, that'd be crazy if the problem is really...
I kind of think it is because I think I think Pop, unfortunately, I think you could think the same thing about Phil Jackson as well. Is when you've been coaching in certain areas for so long, eventually the game evolves, and
Yeah.
I really do think that plays a part. I mean, you look at the San Antonio Spurs and the way they play now versus when they played when they had Duncan and everyone was a lot different. And,
Dude, we're I think we're 1-4 in our last 5 international games.
it's not good, man.
The FIBA championship 2 years ago, or 3 years ago, I guess.
It's not good. Bron, please come to the Olympic Games. Kevin Durant can't do it.
Sorry, we're laughing at.
What is it?
I saw that and I didn't know how to describe it on here.
Yeah.
But like I saw that on Twitter the other day. I was like, no.
Bro, like Popovich is the only person that looks better in the video game than he does in real life. In the video game, he looks healthy. He's completing sentences.
He looks disheveled.
Oh my God.
In real life interviews. And he is. He's uncomfortable talking to people.
Yeah, he's always just been an ass. Like those interviews and stuff, it's like, bro,
but a somewhat respectful ass.
Yeah,
he can at least like be lighthearted about it.
I like what he did with Craig Sager that one time. Like when it was like Craig Sager came back and he just like, dude, I can't tell you how happy. Like I like moments like that where you.
Although he was a complete ass.
Yeah, he treated him. Well, I think Craig Sager was also kind of an ass to him. Like Craig Sager asked some questions sometimes where it's like, damn, dude, you got balls.
Yeah, dude, he does have balls. I mean, just look at the suits he wore.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, he pulled it off pretty good, dude. Brandon, this is so unprofessional. I can't even.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Did we dismiss you from the podcast seat? Well, this is a nice segue to keep talking about Drew Brees.
Yeah, dude, go ahead. We got to finish this thing up, dude. We're an hour 5 in.
Damn, man. Okay, so 2010, 11-5, lost in the wild card. But 2011 shatters Dan Marino's record. 5,476 yards. Like,
damn.
That was unheard of. 46 touchdowns that year.
Holy. How many interceptions?
14. So I think Tom Brady at that time had the record, probably still does. You know all those touchdowns he threw to Randy Moss that year?
Oh,
he had like 52 or something.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, right. I got that. That's disrespectful.
But, like, dude, 5,476 yards, 46 touchdowns, 14 picks. Didn't win MVP. Guess who won?
What year?
2011.
Ooh, 2011. No idea.
Rodgers. Which he had a ridiculous year.
He won a Super Bowl that year.
He won a Super Bowl that year.
I guess he did, didn't he? That wasn't the year. No, that was the year they beat Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
I remember that. Yeah.
Does Rodgers only have one ring?
He's only got one.
I always thought he had two too. Like, honestly.
Yeah, it just feels like he should.
Well, honestly, Rodgers has had some like miracles in games as far as like throwing Hail Marys. There was that one season he hit like 2 Hail Marys like back to back. It was crazy.
Yeah.
I love Aaron Rodgers, man.
I mean, he can air it out and he trusts. I mean, great quarterback, but like, I mean, who caught the one?
Richard Rodgers caught one.
Weren't they involved in the touchception or whatever it was?
Toucherception.
Whatever that was, where Russell Wilson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, the replacement refs.
So like Green Bay is just always involved in the thick of it. Like right in the bullshit.
Well, honestly, so is the Saints, dude.
Oh yeah,
like, dude, they've had some terrible calls.
Yeah,
and I love it.
Yeah, I mean, basically, Drew Brees, like the end of his career was just heartbreaking.
Which made that for Drew. Yeah.
And most of them were because of bad calls or missed calls by the refs.
Yeah, the pass interference one that was just super blatant. I mean,
the pass interference, but then you had the one where the dude whiffed the hit against Stephon Diggs. You remember that sideline catch?
Oh,
Stephon Diggs had? And the dude, I don't know what it was. Like, I think he was worried about hitting him too early and getting the pass interference, and so he just whiffs. Mm-hmm. And then Stephon walks into the end zone.
And he had to have known he was the last guy there.
Overtime, walk-off touchdown.
Yeah,
I was listening to a podcast, like Bill Burr, his podcast, and he had the game on in the background, just like out of nowhere. He just goes, "Oh my God!" Like, can you believe that just happened? Like, he's like screaming. He couldn't believe it happened. Yeah, that sucks.
It's just, I mean, it's ridiculous, dude. Like, I'm looking, I mean, from 2008 all the way until I don't know, like 2016, 2017, the dude's throwing for 5,000 yards every single year.
Yeah, see, I'll admit, I've always liked Drew. I've never really fully grasped what he was doing until written down.
7 times he led the league in passing.
Damn,
I mean,
that's
pretty
good.
One MVP.
That's pretty good.
One MVP.
No, 0 MVPs.
He never won an MVP?
He didn't get it. No, he's won 2 Offensive Player of the Years. But no,
well,
which I always thought was stupid. Like, how are you going to have
you can't play
the
defense.
MVP every year is an offensive player, but then you have a different player win the offensive
There
player.
was that one year J.J. Watt should have got it.
And I guess if you're trying to like reserve it mostly for like wide receivers and running backs because quarterbacks typically win MVP, I get that.
Yeah.
But here you have, and I guess you can't ignore the season Drew Brees had. It's like a nod to him because any other year that would have been an MVP. But
well, that's just insane because I figured that close call and then man, I just can't believe he didn't win one, especially with 2 offensive player of the years because he could have 3 or 4 offensive player of the years and like an MVP. From what you said,
yeah,
dude, he must have been held in high regard too because Jameis Winston came off a season where he threw 30 touchdowns, but he also threw 30 interceptions.
I love some James Winston.
No, I really do. I'm actually a fan, but I've been following his Instagram and stuff, and he seems to be putting in the work. And I hope he
can put in as much work as he wants.
Yeah, well, I mean, he's about to get a shot. I mean, Taysom Hill's gonna mess it up. Everyone knows that.
Right. Yeah, look, I mean, you know what you're gonna get with Jameis. You're gonna get a lot of yards and a lot of picks. I mean, he's gonna be like Brett Favre. But
I don't know, dude. He got LASIK, man. He got LASIK, man. He got LASIK.
Dude, come on.
He can see now.
Dude,
he's ready, dude. He's pumped, dude. This is his year, man.
Dude, I've also heard about LASIK's going terribly wrong.
Yeah, because now he'll be like more gun shy, and that's what makes Jameis Winston. Like if you look, they said like guys who threw in traffic the best were like Tom Brady and Jameis Winston. The problem is that Jameis Winston also threw a lot of picks.
So I mean, and look, I think Jameis Winston should start next year, but Sean Payton is like. I mean, he has a thing for Taysom Hill for whatever.
I've seen enough from him. Usually, dude, I have from what I've seen.
Yeah, and I agree. Like if you actually watch the games last year, you can tell this dude is not an NFL quarterback. Yeah. Although statistically, he was fine.
Yeah,
he was good statistically.
I just think it will be Jameis Winston's job
by the end of the season. I think. Right.
And I think that says a lot though about someone who was really looking for a max contract. Was like, oh, I'll go learn under one of the greatest quarterbacks. I don't know. I just see something like that and it's like, damn, dude, this dude's dedicated to the craft.
There's a reason they signed Jameis Winston. If they were fully comfortable with Taysom Hill.
Yeah. And then you noticed in the playoffs last year, the one time they threw the ball down the field, they put in Jameis Winston and he hit a touchdown. Mm-hmm. So it's like, I think he's ready. I think him taking that time, refining his tools and stuff, he's going to come back this year.
It was kind of awkward, those last 2 seasons, Drew had his injury issues. And so, the year before his last year, Teddy Bridgewater comes in for 5 games and goes undefeated.
Yeah.
And then the next year, they posted a great record without Drew Brees. I mean, they were no worse without Drew Brees. It was just kind of awkward. Here you have one of the greatest quarterbacks of all time. And it's like Peyton. It's like you're wondering, do they even bring him back? Obviously you have to, but damn, I'm not sure.
Yeah, I could tell after that last game, I was watching a lot of sports podcasts and stuff, and some of the teammates were on there, and even the way they were talking, they were like, if he wants to come back, that's great, but we got we got a couple guys on the bench. Yeah. But it's crazy because I don't know, I listen to the way certain guys talk about other guys, and it seems like the way LaShawn McCoy or these other players on Tampa Bay, the way they were talking about Tom Brady, it's just they loved him. Mm-hmm. They talked about him like he was the only guy that could ever get through to them. It is crazy, dude. That to be a quarterback, having to get through to everyone like that, it must be wild.
Oh yeah, just think about how big the roster is. You gotta have everyone sold, and look, as a quarterback, you gotta have 5 guys blocking for you, willing to sell out, willing to defend you after the whistle.
That's why all the quarterbacks always buy their offensive linemen gifts and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah, I would make sure we were good friends.
Yeah, dude. What about They were talking shit. I think I just lost it. Someone else jump in.
But no, okay. So Tom Brady though, the Drew Brees last game lost to Tom Brady's Bucks.
Mm-hmm.
It's like the last disappointing. I mean, because they were still. I guess you could say. I don't know if everyone considered them contenders this past year, but they still had a really good
yeah. I think they were contenders. Yeah,
yeah.
And they had beat the Bucks twice in the regular season.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
So those later seasons, the defense and the running game just got really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
Like the Saints are just a complete team now. Like I could really see them going 11-5 with Winston / Taysom Hill at quarterback. It's just crazy how well-rounded a team they are. But dude, even with the struggles towards the end of Drew Brees' career, he still threw at least 70% completion percentage in his final 5 seasons.
Damn,
70%. Like, dude, that that's ridiculous. Like that's like tops in the league, basically, or 1, 2, 3,
right?
Top 3.
That's insane. I mean, he's throwing a lot of high or low risk passes. He's throwing a lot of like slants and stuff. And you got like how long's he had Demaryius Thomas?
Yeah, but that kind of makes it more impressive though.
I lost his name completely. And I went back to the guy I got wrong last time.
Michael Thomas.
Oh, okay. Sorry, dude.
The king of slants.
But Michael Thomas didn't even play last year. He was injured all year.
Yeah, and he had like that.
But
weird
he had a
thing.
ridiculous season the year before that.
Yeah, but like that guy's just like built for it, and Brees is like,
yeah.
Hell yeah.
That kind of makes it more impressive though, if like the defense knows what he's doing, right, and he's still pulling it off.
Like Luke Kuechly's calling out that shit every fucking time. Mm-hmm. I just watched a video today of Luke, and all these people are just like he calls out
another guy who retired early.
Yeah,
I think he could have went a couple more years.
Yeah, I mean I hate it, but
he had started.
He had some bad ones.
Yeah. Yeah, he did. That's why he's wearing that peacock thing or whatever, that bird thing.
Man, Drew Brees, and like Russell Wilson's been pretty like injury proof too. Like when's the last time Russell Wilson?
I guarantee you, he's.
I feel like he's always kind of like he just always has nagging injuries. Probably. I don't know how he wouldn't.
I'll say football injuries and being hurt are very different things. I feel like especially in football because like I'm sure he's hurt. Like if he gets hit, no matter how good he is at sliding and stuff.
I mean, when you're throwing 40 times a game,
dude, his shoulder.
Like for the last second too.
There's no telling the treatment he has to get done on that shoulder. Like, dude, have you ever like thrown the football 10 times in a row?
You're like a baseball pitcher at that point. I mean,
if you throw a football 10 times in a row, like the next day you're gonna be like, damn, it's a little tight.
So for him and Drew, because I mean Drew was pretty injury. Like I mean he really didn't have a lot of injuries either.
Not till the end, yeah. I mean,
he had the thumb, right? He was having like thumb problems,
little injuries, and like Tom never got hit, so.
I remember Drew had like a shoulder.
Yeah, he had the shoulder.
But he was only out, like, it was a really bad. And I'm not even talking about the one that he had, I think, last year or the year before. I'm talking about like 4 or 5 years ago. And he was only out for, like, he sprained a ligament or something like that. He was only out for 1 game. And then the next week they're on Sunday Night Football. And he, like, changed his throwing motion to where he was just pushing the football. Like, he was not even like bringing it behind his head. He was just pushing it, and he had a ridiculous game. I don't know.
That's crazy.
He played through injuries for sure.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he was pretty durable though.
He's actually like he had some charisma to him too. Like as a person, like I watched him on like a late night show. He's kind of funny.
Yeah, he's a likable guy.
Yeah, he's a likable guy. He reminds
me
of like
New Orleans,
like the neighbor dad, like your neighbors, their dad. Like he's always like a cool guy. That's what he reminds me of. Like he's just like, yeah, man, whatever.
Yeah.
I bet he was a good teammate.
Oh yeah.
Oh for sure. Yeah, he had the locker room.
I mean, he's just a very positive guy. Like you'd never catch him saying anything negative about his team.
Apparently, when he walked off the field for the last time, he went up to Jameis and said, "It's your team now." And he walked off.
And he didn't say that to Taysom Hill.
Yeah, and then Taysom Hill got the job.
I am so baffled. Like, why is Taysom Hill ahead of Jameis Winston?
I can't figure it out.
Sense, dude.
There's some type of like analytical thing that's
no, it's Sean Payton as a owner for Taysom Hill because he thinks he has a sweet body or something.
He got paid. He got paid. He made some money.
What an accusation! Out of all the accusations, I feel like you guys made this is got a pretty sweet body.
Sweet body.
Yeah.
I mean, I could see Peyton being a preferred dude.
Yeah.
I could see it.
I could. Yeah.
Any guy
He's not a good guy. I mean,
no, he's a bad dude. Any dude that wears a visor as much as he does, I don't care NFL guys or not.
There's something.
You're a weird dude. You're into some weird stuff.
Yeah.
So Sam, how'd you like running the show?
It was cool.
Dude, you did pretty
good.
good.
I didn't even get to read off
we got
the list of accolades.
All right, let's list them off because we're at a minute 19. So,
dude, we went to like a minute 24 last time, didn't we?
Yeah, you're right. Keep it going. Fuck it.
Dude, I feel like
I mean, it is 10:21.
I feel like I'm at the Emmys and you're playing music.
Well, it's for sure 10:21 at night.
Yeah, that's true.
And you boys got work in the morning.
All right, I'll just read the accolades. All right. So Super Bowl MVP, the one ring that he won, 2-time Offensive Player of the Year, 13-time Pro Bowler.
Damn.
That's where I was getting the MVP from.
No, that's crazy. 13 times. How many seasons? How many seasons did he play?
20.
Damn, 13 times though. That's
led the league in passing yards 7 times. Led the league in passing touchdowns 4 times. Most career passing yards all time. Although I think Tom's about to pass him. Probably next year, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, Tom's just
fuck Tom Brady.
Just stick around and ruin everybody's day.
Yeah. Dude, if he gets 8 rings,
oh my god,
it'll be so ridiculous.
There's no point of him having any more rings. I'm so sick of him.
Yeah, even if he loses,
I was doing in our division, in the Panthers division, you bitch.
Most career completions of all time.
Nice.
Huge.
Second to Brady in passing touchdowns. I mean, look, like these are all the major categories, and he's 1-2. And then you got career completion percentage. He's number 2. Like he's 1-2 in everything. He's 1-2 in everything, man. And
I don't know if I can put him number 2 though.
And most people wouldn't.
I mean, that's a solid argument. I guess it kind of sucks for him because, unfortunately, his career was kind of, I don't want to say overshadowed, but it was, though.
He had to drag some terrible defenses into the playoffs.
It's so demoralizing for a quarterback to have a really bad defense and go out
I still lose. I just feel like he did more with less compared to Peyton. I get why people like Peyton,
everybody likes Peyton.
Dude, we didn't even mention his amazing tight end he had. What was that guy's name?
I don't know what to talk
Jimmy
Graham.
I've been a hater in this episode, and I'm sorry.
But I mean, let's be honest.
Bringing up people that
when Jimmy Graham left New Orleans, he wasn't the same Jimmy Graham.
No,
maybe it was Drew Brees a little bit.
Yeah.
But really, that last season with Drew Brees, Jimmy Graham showed that he was slowing down.
Yeah, but people were talking about Jimmy Graham like he was as good as Gronk. I think after he left New Orleans, everyone was like, okay.
He had that one good game against the Panthers when he was on Seattle, and then after that, you just never heard of him again because he dealt with that injury too. Yeah, he tore his patella tendon. People forget about
Drew Brees threw him open a lot.
Oh, dude, especially in the red zone, dude.
He knew how to place that ball so that he could go up.
He couldn't block though.
But no. Dude, Deshaun Watson is number 1 all time in completion percentage. But if that doesn't hold up, because it probably won't.
No,
he's at 67.8. Drew is at 67.7. So Drew's probably getting if that doesn't hold up.
In a massage parlor, he's 100% completion.
Yeah, I'm saying. Yes, we're aware of the allegations.
Yeah, hey, Robert Kraft is too now. And was automatic.
A solid way to conclude today's episode.
Yeah, that was tasteful.
We're gonna.
Hey, dude, we're an hour and 23 and no one's listening to it.
What's your top 3 quarterbacks?
Top 3 all time or right now?
All time.
Brady's 1. You go ahead. Well, who's your number 1?
Oh, Brady. I mean, there's no way around that.
Yeah.
As much as I want to finesse, I don't know.
There's no question.
I have Peyton number 2, but again, like I said, I'm biased. Sam made some great arguments for Brees to be number 2. I think, especially the completion percentage and just being at the top of all. I mean, everything and doing more with less.
Yeah,
but I don't know, Peyton. I don't know.
Peyton had
I think Brees and Rodgers are a little closer, than I'd like it to be. But I think Brees number 3, Rodgers number 4. It's just a 5-hole, man.
That would probably be my lineup too. I don't know as much.
So y'all are both going with Brady, Peyton, Brees.
Brady, Peyton.
Or you want to put Rodgers at 3.
I kind of do want to put Rodgers at 3. Dude, I like Aaron Rodgers, man. He's like, honestly, if Aaron Rodgers had more rings, like you said, just if you were to build a quarterback, you'd probably end up with Aaron Rodgers.
Is probably the most talented quarterback of all time.
I just never seen a guy, and then for him to be winning MVP this late in his career, like he's 38, 37, and I mean, this year he looked younger than he has the last couple years. So
if he didn't just seem like such a headache.
Yeah, he does seem like he's different. He seems like he's moody.
He's like challenging the new coach, and like the coach. What happened? Like they did really well this year. I mean, obviously, Rodgers did his thing.
That was a bad play call by the coach. But also, Aaron Rodgers, man up and audible. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have that. No one's going to get mad at you.
You have the green light.
Yeah, audible. If you don't like it, you tell me Peyton Manning would just accept
3 million times.
You tell me Tom Brady wouldn't, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe...
Okay, coach. Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't hear you. Even Aaron Rodgers even said... That's what kind of pissed me off about Aaron Rodgers is, like, he even said, like, with the helmet, sometimes he pretends that he can't hear what's going on, so he changes play call. But of course, when it's the big play, then he gets on TV. He's like, "It wasn't my decision." It's like, bro, it could have been your decision. You own that franchise, like you really do. Like you tell me you. Yeah, I just didn't. That's the one thing about Rodgers.
Olivia Munn, which she might be a headache too, but God damn.
Goddamn is right.
I'm not gonna feel bad for Aaron Rodgers not getting the due. Like I'm not putting him in my top 5 because I wouldn't fumble that. I would treat you like the queen you are, Olivia.
Yeah, she is pretty hot.
No, she is. And I'm sure she's with somebody very attractive right now. So
so
doing too bad.
Next week we're doing Kobe 24.
Kobe 24.
And I don't think we have Dwyane.
Dude, let's do Dwyane Wade.
You want to do Dwyane Wade?
Yeah.
That's a pretty sexy
one.
Dude.
Me and Eric can fight for that one. I'm gonna be more. You don't give me Dwyane Wade, I'm leaving forever.
He'll be back.
Yeah, I'll crawl back. I don't have any.
Yeah, I do like that Dwyane Wade one though.
Yeah.
I thought that was a good one to do because his career is kind of overshadowed too.
Yeah, for sure.
He was born in a tough era.
Yeah, LeBron just had that. That's when I stopped being a fan of Miami.
Bruh, if Dwyane Wade would have been born in the 90s, like him and Jordan going against each other, it would have been...
Yeah, no, D-Wade, I mean, that dunk on Varejao, I know everybody knows exactly which one I'm talking about.
That was
and he has a bunch of those, but that man, if his knees didn't give out on him, I mean, we can get into that later, obviously, on that episode, but yeah, he's one of my favorite players of all time.
Honestly, and you
could... dunk contest, Judge... Great match.
You could argue that Dwyane Wade's 2009 season was better than any season that Kobe had. You could make that argument if you wanted to, because Dwyane Wade, dude, he had some peaks that I think people forget, or because he for sure he really did. He really did. The problem though is his prime. Unfortunately with his knees and stuff, it wasn't meant. But anyways, we can get into that. Not next week, but the week after. And hey, it was a fun one. We switched it up, and we'll go back to basketball. Go back to Kobe. And
Corey hosting though.
Yeah,
we're going to Corey running the show.
Hey, we can do it either way with me. It's fine.
I won't be here for that.
Hey, y'all could at least look at the Kobe video. That'd be nice. I feel like.
What are you talking about?
I'm talking about our fans or our fans. Oh my God, dude! That video.
We have feelings.
Yeah, that video is.
We're very sensitive. You don't watch it.
Underperforming.
It is underperforming.
It's Kobe Bryant. It's Kobe being Bryant.
Yeah, dude. I mean, I thought
that's all right though, because when we do 24,
how does Vince Carter have way more views than Kobe number 8?
I just think that
some
one.
Bullshit.
I think
y'all are slacking.
Yeah, I think Eric might have been the big difference on that one. I wasn't there for that one, so
yeah. People don't like you.
Yeah, no. I'm thinking the comments. They might. I'm scared to look at them. Just don't want to see it.
Yeah,
how many comments do we have? 1.5.
I don't think we have any comments.
Yeah, Yeah. Shout out to Corey's brother.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
He's the only one supporting this damn thing.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, hey.
That was a depressing one.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah,
Right.
dude.
I don't want to be friends with you.
I'm tired, man.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey, we'll catch you guys next week. All right. So, peace.
Something like that. Yeah.
Bye.